Hello, welcome to the program Misuse on ABS Radio and Television. I am Eze Omuji. All over the world, ecosystems are threatened from forests and drylands to farmlands and lakes. Natural spaces on which lands on which humanity's existence depends are reaching a tipping point. According to the United Nations Convention to Desertification, up to 40% of the plant's land is degraded, directly affecting half of the world's population. On this week's program today, we shall focus on land restoration under the slogan Our Land, Our Future. We are hashtag Generation Restoration to mark 2024 World Environment Day. And in the house, we have Mr. Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Dr. Felix Odemegu. Mr. Commissioner, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Morning.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Now, Mr. Commissioner, let's begin with degradation. What is environmental degradation?
Happy new month to everybody. In the environment, we always say happy green month. Environment consists of everything that has to do with the ecosystem, the atmosphere, the land, the sea, and the biodiversity that is inside the ecosystem. And for degradation, it actually means that the land has actually lost value in terms of the land mass for the purposes for which the land is meant for. For instance, Anambra State, we are the second least in terms of land mass in Nigeria. It's only second to Lagos. Anambra State is the second least with about 4,844 square kilometers. Now, when you talk about land degradation in Anambra State, it actually means that Anambra has lost majorly some of the arable lands and soil put some of the lands that are actually existing in the state, whereas Lagos is amassing more land through some feeding of lands into the ocean. But in the case of Anambra State, much of our land has been lost due to environmental and ecological problems such as early erosion that has led to land degradation. Now, there are so many other things that can cause land degradation. Where you have deforestation, for instance, it can lead to land degradation. You have gully erosions, can lead to land degradation. We have desertification, can lead to land degradation. And drought can also lead to land degradation. It means that the land has lost its value and has lost its potential from what it should be, what it is meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The program is Issues on ABS Radio and Television, and today we are looking at the topic curbing environmental degradation, of course, focusing on land restoration, and desertification and drought resistance. We're in the house with Mr. Commissioner for Environment, Anambra State, Engineer Dr. Felix Odemegu. The World Environment Day 2024 focuses on land restoration. Mr. Commissioner, how can we restore the land?
Yes, thank you very much. The focus for this year's World Environment Day is on land restoration. But the theme is land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience. You know, because it's very important that we should note that if anything happens to even the land, our general existence will be affected. In Anambra State, environment is an essential threat because our environment actually is very much threatened. From the stats that we have over 1,000 active ocean sites in Anambra State, making Anambra State to be, as a record, the ocean capital of the world. And in these over 1,000 sites that we have stated, these sites are affecting close to 160 communities out of 179 communities that we have in Anambra State. This actually means that in each of these cities, we have one form of erosion problem or the other. So it's important for us all to know that this stat is an eye opener to Anambra that the environment is one major area that everybody should lay focus on. And this year's World Environment Day focuses on land restoration. Measures to help to mitigate against this degradation should be the principal focus in the state. And the Minister of Environment, the state government through the Minister of Environment, is taking initiatives. Because we found out that the enormous amount of degredations that we have right now require very huge capital, very huge budget for us to deal with these problems. We've actually resorted to various measures that are preventive in nature that can help us to nip in the bud some of these devastations before they actually occur. Because we believe that prevention actually is better than cure. It will take a little less effort and resources to put up preventive measures than when you're doing curative, where you now spend huge source of money to try to deal with an erosion problem that's really a problem and is very devastating. And some of these problems just start little by little. Okay. So that is why the state government is intentional and deliberate in focusing on prevention, so as to try to nip in the bud, and correct these things before they actually occur. The state where we are right now, happened because of neglect over the years. If we were to do what we're supposed to do now 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we wouldn't have seen, it wouldn't really bring us to the level of devastations that we have today. But right now, because we are now aware, because we've got to understand the need for us to be vitally involved in this, we are now saying enough is enough. We will focus on prevention, focus on the things that will help us mitigate and then adapt to this challenge so that in the next 20 years, in the next 30, 50 years, some of those things that have happened over the years will no longer be what will now be put to the next generation. So, for instance, the Ministry of Environment, the state government, the Ministry of Environment brought up some green initiatives. Because we found out that one major way of curbing land degradation is through tree planting. Okay? Because it is what we call barrier remediation. We've come to understand that where we have enormous trees having a grip on the soil, hardly you see erosion occur in those areas. Let me give you an instance. Before Abaka forest became deforested, it used to be a watershed. And that place was okay, very much well in place, before it became deforested for urbanization. But right now, when you get to Abaka forest right now, you see a lot of degradations now setting up there. Why? Because the place got deforested, urbanization now settled, habitat, buildings became erected here and there, and erosion started occurring in those areas. We have a lot of letters and requests from the people living in that area for us to come and deal with one pollution or the other that area. This helps us to understand that tree planting is one major way of curbing pollution. So the state government, through the Ministry of Environment, have various degrees of green initiatives that will help us deal with this erosion problem. Now, for instance, the government has gazetted a building code that for every allocated piece of land to be built up, you understand that you can only build on 65% of the buildable area of the compound, leaving out at 5% for greening, open space areas for vegetation, for tree planting, and for having tree covers. So that will mean that for every new building now to be set up, every new compound now to be built up, it's only 65% of that area that will be built up. Then the other areas will be left out for green cover and green vegetation. This will help to mitigate against erosion. Then secondly, the initiative of the government to plant at least 1 million trees every year, which started in 2022, is yielding fruit. In 2022, we planted over 1 million trees. We distributed coconut seedlings and oil palm seedlings to citizens of Anambra State. Not only will this help to curb erosion, it also help to bring economic poverty alleviation to the people. And every year we've done this. This year again, we're going to do the same thing. Planting at least 1 million trees every year and making Anambra State come out of poverty. The initiative also of cut one tree, plant three. You understand that if you happen to be cutting down a tree, is that will mandate you to plant 3 trees in the place of the one that you cut. So that means that if you want to cut a tree, you must expressly obtain the permission. You understand, especially where it's needful, or maybe it's important that that tree has to be removed from that area. But what we're saying is that if you're to cut that tree, then you have to have an alternative places where you're going to plant more trees. Okay. Then if you the other initiative of every compound planting at least 2 trees is also enforced. With this, we now have a situation whereby every household will have 1 or 2 trees in their compound. Imagine having over 1,000 households and then having 1 or 2 trees in their house. That's more or less like urban forestation. You understand, urban forestation. So these are ways that we can help to restore land and prevent the land from degradation. There is another initiative that we introduced in the Ministry of Environment where for every important personality that is celebrating his birthday, the Ministry of Environment will visit you and gift you a tree seedling as a birthday gift. We'll call it tree seedling for birthday souvenir. That way you plant that tree as a commemoration of your own birthday. You understand? So you now find that when
and also raise the consciousness of your guests.
exactly.
If it is possible, you also distribute to them.
Exactly. So there's one creates that consciousness in the people that yes, it is needful for you to plant a tree, and then when you have planted that tree as a commemoration of your birthday, you remember that this is your birthday tree. It's a mandatory. It's very important. So these are initiatives that the state government is going to the Ministry of Environment to ensure that more and more trees are planted. You understand, so as to help to reduce the emission difficulties.
Mr. Commissioner, let's look at the theme for this year, land restoration, desertification and drought resilience, and of course and what other things you need to tell us about World Environment Day 2020?
Yes, the focus for this year, like we've been saying, is on land restoration, desertification, and drought resistance. In Nigeria, of course, this part of the country may not really be experiencing desertification. We have our own peculiarities. But in the northern and semi-arid areas, they have this problem of desertification and drought. And that is the reason why, through project coordinating unit of NUMAP, we created this program called ACRESA. ACRESA is to deal with desertification and drought in these areas. Okay, but majorly in the southern area, the major problem is valley erosion and flooding. These two scourge, eat deep into the fabrics of the state, causing economic hardship, food insecurity, and loss of properties and loss of lives. And that is the reason why we brought up the initiatives, to mitigate this problem and to try to adapt the environment to suit the people living there. Okay. Now, I've already mentioned that the state will be embarking on tree planting campaign. In this campaign, we call on the NGOs, all people who love the environmentalists and enthusiasts, and everyone who wishes to join us to come out and join the tree planting campaign. You can decide to plant in your own house. If you plant as a result of this, send us a video. We'll be sharing our links to you. Send us a video of the tree you're planting in your area. Show us your own activity that you're involved in as a result of marking this World Environment Day and joining the Ministry of the Environment and State Government in providing a tree cover, for the state. We have always been saying that for the environment, you need to become a participator. You need to take ownership. You need to just embrace the environment as your very own, and then become vitally involved, not just a spectator, but be vitally involved. And there are slogans that we've developed the world over. The UN approved that, the Ministry of Environment and Agriculture has also approved that, and then we'll be sharing the slogans as we go. The first is you have to act now. Act now for a greener tomorrow. Act now for a greener tomorrow. Earth is our home. Let's keep her clean. The earth is our home. Let's keep her clean. Then you have to reduce, you have to reuse, and you have to recycle. Of course, we know most of the plastic waste and all the waste constitute nuisance, which help to degrade the environment. Then you have to go green. When you go green, you breathe clean. Go green, breathe clean. Then green is the new clean. Green is the new clean. Okay? Protect our environment, you protect our future. You protect our environment, you protect our future. We save the earth, it is our only home. Save the earth, it is our only home. Be part of the solution, not a spectator. Be part of the solution, not the pollution. Be part of the solution, not the pollution. Be a participator, not a spectator. Plant trees and save bees. Plant trees and save bees. Conserve water, then you conserve life. Conserve water, conserve life. Less pollution is the best solution. These slogans, just note them down. Less pollution is the best solution. Sustainability is the way to prosperity. Sustainability is the way to prosperity. Think green, act green. Think green, act green. Almost every time you see me, I wear my green cap. I try to wear my green shirt everywhere. Think green, you act green. Okay? Your planet needs you. Become vitally involved. Your planet needs you. Become vitally involved. Then love your mother. Love your mother. Who's your mother here? Mother Earth is your mother. Love your mother. If you love Mother Earth, it means you're loving your mother. Then small changes, each at a time, brings about big impact. Small changes, each at a time, bring big impact. Then you join the green side. My office now is called the Green Office. Okay, the Commissioner for Environment Office is called the Green Office. So you got to join the green side. Okay, nature does not need people. People need nature. Nature does not need people. People need nature. Then you celebrate nature every day. One thing the governor has done is, the governor disbanded the end of month sanitation, and then they called it a ritual. And the governor said that sanitation should be an everyday thing. You understand? It should be an everyday lifestyle, not just a monthly ritual, but an everyday lifestyle. And I think I buy that. You understand? So you have to celebrate nature, you have to deal with nature, conserve, and everything every day. Consciousness is every day. Then a healthy environment brings about a healthy you. When the environment is healthy and clean, then you will also become very healthy and clean.
Thank you very much. I was okay. Well, I appreciate you, Mr.
No, you have
I have to go for 1 hour.
I'm not talking about come again. I'm not late.
Yeah.
See, what I want to know about the family. Early this year, we put up a public notice, Maka the Silton. Because I don't have the man na million idea. Get processed better. Just public notice. Advising my traditional rulers, my land association, my estates, before you know it, people on their own started deserting. They had been had before by themselves. So if you now Anambra State as creating awareness is helping out.
It is. It is. We shall continue to do.
So if you have one ABS, we don't the environment over
as we did today. As we did today. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner, for Environment. Engineer Dr. Felix Thank you. On behalf of everybody in the house here, and of course my producer Don Onyenji, I am Eze Omoji. See you again. Bye for now.